Welcome everyone to a special meeting on Friday, April the 21st. This is to hear regarding a settlement offer with our city attorney. We can have a roll call, please, to establish quorum.
Peg Adamson? Here. Terry McClung?
Yeah.
Vicki Schneider?
Here.
Bob Thomas?
Here.
Chrissy Kendrick? Here. David Mitchell?
Here.
Yes, 6.
We have Mike Mosley from the Municipal League who is representing us in this case, City of Eureka Springs versus
Morris versus the City of Eureka Springs and Randy Yates.
All right. So would you like to take off and explain where we are and what we've got to do?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Hi, folks. Thank you for having me. I'm your attorney from the Arkansas Municipal League in 2 different lawsuits. This lawsuit and the Bruce Levine lawsuit. We're here exclusively on the Jason Morris lawsuit. I have a negotiated proposed settlement with the plaintiff's attorneys from Washington, D.C. Of $45,000. Would be full and final settlement of any and all claims that were brought or could be brought. This would end any and all litigation possible against the city regarding his former employment with the city. There is at this time, no coverage from the Municipal Legal Defense Program. You get defense coverage, which is me, as far until the end of time, if you want me. That's the current status, and it would be split up if this council's pleasure is to settle this case for $45,000. It would be split up into 3 checks, 1 for attorney's fees, 1 for back pay, which would issue as a payroll check, and 1 for a check for non-wage alleged damages for Mr. Morris. So $45,000 total includes all fees, costs, everything, and it would dismiss the lawsuit and it'd be over with. It's my strong recommendation that we settle this case for this amount, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Can you split up you said with 3 separate checks, do you know off the top of your head approximate how that division would work?
It was early, but the way I understand it would be a payroll check in the amount of $5,500 representing back pay, $5,500 representing non-wage compensatory damages, and I believe $34,000 is what would be left representing attorney's fees, costs, etc. If my math's correct. But that's what as I recall, what I was told this morning. But it's that's close if it's not exact.
Okay.
Councilman McClung?
I just want to go ahead and address the mayor and the council and make a motion that we take Attorney Mosley's recommendation and proceed with the settlement.
I'll second.
Okay, now further discussion. Peg? Ms. Adams?
You came back, you were here this summer, weren't you?
October, I believe, yes.
In October, because I wasn't on city council then?
Yes.
So, could you explain, will it waste your time or our time for you to explain what the first proposed suit was for, how much money he was suing for?
$77,000 was the first offer we had.
Okay.
And the problem at the time, I was here then, and we hadn't done much in the case. There had been not much written discovery, which you probably already know what that is, where we send interrogatories back and forth. And so what we wanted to do was to do discovery and to explore the case. And now that we've done that, this is my strong recommendation.
Anybody else?
I have another one.
It's okay.
So there's a $5,500 payroll check.
Correct.
And another $5,500.
Which would constitute non-wage alleged compensatory damages.
Okay, and then the other is attorney's fees?
That's the way I understand it from what I was told this early.
The city is paying that?
At this time, the
Eureka
city...
Springs?
Correct.
That's his attorney. That's the claimant's
That's what I mean.
fees, not our attorney.
Not me.
That's
Paying the attorney that he hired.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask what, Christie thinks of this. Can I ask that question, or does it have to go to you?
Preferably, we just ask, I mean, we have the question, so I mean, it's up to you what your opinion is. I mean, you know, we know we have the recommendation from our attorney on that.
Okay. But I can't ask the question of like, what do you
Mr.
think about
McClung?
this?
What I want to say is, in relationship to what your question is there, that it's prudent of us not to discuss it.
We're in active litigation. If you don't settle this case,
Yeah,
we are currently in litigation,
yeah,
and this is a public meeting,
right.
and so...
We can't really discuss it.
Well, you can discuss it, you're a public body, but my advice is just that this is a good, prudent settlement for the city, based on my experience. I'm the senior litigator at the Municipal League, and that would be the extent of what I would say.
Okay. And if you were to continue, like if we said, no, we don't want this, what would happen then?
Deposition preparation starts on Sunday. Deposition preparation continues on Monday. Depositions are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then I go to New Orleans for a deposition on May 8th of a former assistant fire chief. I file a motion for summary judgment by May the 22nd, and trial, I believe, is scheduled in October.
I'm sure you probably don't know, but the attorneys are coming from Washington, D.C.
Not if we settle tonight.
Yeah, unless we settle tonight. If they don't,
It could
if
get
we
really
don't
astronomical, right?
the attorney fees start piling
Yeah.
up rapidly.
Gotcha.
And it becomes almost impossible to make any settlement. Well, never impossible, but
Pretty darn close.
yeah. So it's a time to
So-
follow our attorney's recommendation, basically.
Okay, and so your recommendation is just take it, then we're done, and it's a lot.
Very, very much so, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I just want to know.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
All right, any further questions? We have a motion on the table to accept the attorney's recommendations. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
May I say one more thing?
Oh, yes, sir.
This, of course, this is an edict that you voted on by voice vote. You will be passing, Tim will be preparing a resolution for Monday's meeting, and it will go that way. I would just ask you to stick to your vote and pass the resolution on Monday, just ratifying this in effect. But this is what I need. This is the authority I need. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate it.
Sorry you had to drive all the way here just to
Don't
get
be
it.
sorry. Not at all. It's a
You
beautiful...
got a motion to adjourn?
Dessert. I want dessert.
Where's the motion for
All right,
dessert?
all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Are you going to spend the night, Mike?